The Rafale, the French omnirole fighter, is one of the best combat aircraft of today. Indeed, its capabilities are highly impressive. But this French beauty has quite strong competitors such as the F-35 Lightning II, Eurofighter Typhoon, and Jas-39 Gripen. As the weapon detective, we are investigating the Rafale, the French école of the fighter. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel before we start and give us a thumbs up if you like our video. To be notified of our new video, please click the bell button. Also, you can now click the join button to support our channel. The Rafale has not achieved the commercial success as its legendary ancestor, the Mirage series, had. Still, in recent years, the aircraft has become the rising star in the international market. Its journey and the omnirole concept are one of the most exciting military aviation stories of our days. In the 1970s, France anticipated that the Jaguars of the Air Force, as well as the Super Étendard and F-8 Crusaders of the Navy, would become obsolete in the 1990s. So, Paris decided to work on a new fighter. Initially, France was keen to work together with Germany, Italy, Spain, and the UK. Yet, the spirit of the European Fellowship did not last long. The participant countries had different needs and interests. During the discussions on this multinational partnership, the Germans and the Brits had proposed a highly controversial task distribution for the French. The UK would be responsible for technical direction, Germany for industrial management, Italy for financial management, and Spain for negotiating contracts. France, which was planning to order 50% more aircraft than Germany or the UK, would have an honorary presidency in the consortium. This was not a favorable offer for the French aviation industry, especially for Dassault. In those years, the Germans and the Brits still thought old school. They had brand new Tornadoes for the ground attack missions. So, these two countries were essentially interested in an air superiority fighter. However, the French needed a multi-role fighter. Also, only the French Navy required a ship-based variant of this new combat aircraft, but the other was not eager to spend money for it. The first examples of the joint European aviation programs like Jaguar and Tornado had not been successful in the international market as the French Mirage. According to Marcel Dassault, this program would cause for 80% loss of profit and the bankruptcy of the national aviation industry. Along with other factors, his lobbying efforts paid off. In 1985, France decided to leave the consortium and began the Rafale program. The first prototype, called Rafale A, made its first flight on July 4, 1986, as a technology demonstrator. This aircraft was equipped with the General Electric F404 GE400 afterburning turbofans, which were also used on the FA-18 Hornet. Because the current engine of the Rafale, the M88, was not considered ready for the initial trials at that time. In 1990, the M88 was ready and replaced the F404. After that, the Rafale A managed to reach Mach 1.4 and demonstrate its supercruise capability. The single-seat operational Air Force variant of the aircraft, the Rafale C, made its first flight on May 19, 1991. 2 years later, the two-seat variant, the Rafale B, met the skies for the first time. The production variant had some differences from the demonstrator even though they looked quite similar. The Rafale C is smaller and it has a more stealthy design. Also, it was built by using extensive radar absorbent and composite materials. The Rafale C has no variable engine inlets or a dedicated air brake. This decision has helped reduce the weight even more, which is already less than the Rafale A variant due to using composite materials. Also, it has reduced the maintenance requirements. To increase the stealth, the muzzle of the 30mm M791 cannon has a cover. When the first round is fired, this cover is broken. Initially, the Rafale B was developed as a two-seat combat-capable training variant. But after the 1991 Gulf War, the French Air Force realized that a second crew member makes aircraft more effective on especially strike and reconnaissance missions. So, France ordered more Rafale B than the initial plan. The first prototype of the naval variant, Rafale M made its first flight on December 12, 1991. The trials on the aircraft carrier began in 2001. Initially, the Rafale M was not favorable in the French Navy because it would be delivered too late to replace its F-8 Crusaders. The naval staff even considered acquiring F/A-18 from the USA. Yet, after the end of the First Cold War, the need to replace carrier-based air superiority fighter fleet lost its urgency. So, Dassault gained a chance to continue working on the Rafale M. But the end of the First Cold War brought a serious problem. In this new era, because of budget cuts and changing operational needs, the delivery of the Rafales experienced delays. At first, France had expected to receive its new fighters in 1996, but the M variant could become operational in 2001. The Rafale could enter the French Air Force service in 2006. The first production models of the Rafales were the naval variant. These aircraft were defined as the F-1 standard. They had only air-to-air combat capability. After the French Navy had received enough amount of F-2 standard Rafale Ms, it stored 9 of them and continued to operate one for flight tests. Between 2014 and 2018, all 10 Rafale M F-1s were upgraded to F-3 standards, and they have returned to service. The F-2 standard Rafales began to enter service in 2005. Different from the previous models, these aircraft can launch the Scalp EG cruise missiles, AASM precision-guided munition, MICA-IR air-to-air missiles. They have Link 16 data link, OSF infrared search and track system, and new advanced avionics. All F-2 standard Rafales have been upgraded to the F-3 standard. Different from the previous models, the F-3 standard Rafales have the RBE-2AA active electronically scanned array radar, OSF-IT infrared search and track system, and M88-4E turbofan engines. They also have nuclear strike and Meteor long-range air-to-air missile launch capabilities. The range of RBE-2AA is 50% longer than the previous RBE-2 passive electronically scanned multi-mode radar. The OSF-IT has better detection capability than the OSF. The modular M88E4 is allowing a reduction in the cost of maintenance with a lifespan increase by up to 50%. Also, the F-3 standard Rafales have other advanced systems such as a new infrared missile warning receiver and the Damocles targeting pod, which is now replaced by the Talius pod. Currently, France is planning to have the latest F-4 standard Rafales starting in 2025. This variant will have a new helmet-mounted display. It will also have an artificial intelligence system, which will allow the RICO-NG system to directly identify the elements of interest. This new feature will improve the reconnaissance capability of the aircraft. Today, an educated military person can evaluate a 10 square kilometers area in about an hour. Artificial intelligence will be able to evaluate a 3,000 square kilometers area at the same time. The F-4 standard aircraft will have more advanced communication systems. The ground mode of the RBE-2AA active electronically scanned array radar will be improved. The OSF-IT infrared search and track system and Spectra electronic warfare system will be updated. The new Rafales will be able to launch the MICA-NG air-to-air missiles designed against stealthy targets. In the beginning, the performance of Rafale in the international market was not satisfactory. The aircraft lost to tenders such as in Brazil, Kuwait, Oman, South Korea, and Singapore. Because in the early 2000s, the Rafale was not mature yet. Also, Dassault had not been as successful as its competitors in meeting the demands of potential customers for industrial cooperation. Besides, in those years, this company was quite satisfied with the performance of the Falcon series business jet in the international market, and focusing on the civil market was economically more feasible. And the USA and the UK had more influences on these many potential customers. Yet, after the success in Egypt and India, the Rafale has broken a leg and become the rising star of the market. Croatia, Egypt, France, Greece, India, and Qatar preferred the aircraft. The Rafale C has a length of 15.27 meters, a wingspan of 10.9 meters, and a height of 5.34 meters. Its wing area is 45.7 square meters. The empty weight of the aircraft is 9,850 kilograms, while its maximum takeoff weight is 24,500 kilograms. Two 75 kilonewton Snecma M88-4E afterburning turbofan engines provide a maximum speed of Mach 1.8. It can climb an altitude of 15,835 meters, in other words, 51,952 feet. The aircraft can reach a range of 3,700 kilometers. The Rafale's combat radius is 1,850 kilometers. The aircraft has one 30mm M791 autocannon and 14 hardpoints. The Rafale can carry the Magic II, Mika, and Meteor air-to-air missiles, Apache, Exocet AIM-39, AS-30L, AS-MPA, Scalp EG air-to-surface missiles, as well as different types of bombs. As an omni-role fighter, the Rafale can efficiently perform air supremacy, interdiction, reconnaissance, ground support, depth strike, anti-surface warfare, suppression of enemy air defenses, electronic intelligence, nuclear deterrence, and air refueling duties. Its agility is superb. The aircraft uses digital fly-by-wire flight controls. Thanks to its canards, the Rafale has high maneuverability at both low altitudes and low speed. Even at the high angles of attack, the pilot does not experience control loss. By using the voice command, the Rafale pilots can control radio communications, countermeasure systems, and navigational functions, and select the armament and radar modes. The Rafale is not a multi-role or swing role, but an omni-role fighter. Well, what is the omni-role concept? In its simplest form, a multi-role fighter is a combat aircraft designed to perform only one specific mission, such as air superiority or ground attack, in a single sortie. Before the flight, it is equipped with the payload, which is specific for one mission. A swing role fighter can be equipped with different types of armament and mission equipment before the sortie. During the flight, a swing role fighter can easily adapt the tactical situation and switch to different missions. Dassault claims that different from the swing role combat aircraft, the omni-role Rafale can perform all these types of duties at once. In a single sortie, it can intercept the incoming enemy aircraft from a long distance, perform a dogfight in close range, jam and suppress the enemy air defense, strike a ground or sea target, and take reconnaissance photos. Yet, there are some catches here. First of all, the multiple engagements in a single sortie are not preferable for the pilots. The first engagement is psychologically and physically exhausting enough for the pilots, which dramatically reduces their performance for a second engagement. Also, during the training, the pilots generally specialize in one specific mission, such as ground attack or air combat. A person cannot expertise at all tasks. For this reason, it is unrealistic to expect a pilot in a single sortie to perform an interception mission at a long range first, then suppress the enemy air defense, strike the target, and engage in a dogfight with incoming enemy aircraft in the meantime. To solve this problem, the French Air Force has acquired more two-seat Rafales than the initial plan. So, while the pilot can focus on air threats, the second crew member can pay attention to other missions, such as the ground attack, suppression of enemy air defenses, or reconnaissance. The Rafale has not experienced a serious problem in real combat yet. So, we have to talk about the second catch. There were no severe adversaries against the French in these battles. Even the large Syrian Arab Air Force was not a real threat. If we look at the other Rafale users, we can easily see that they do not have the same advantages. The well-trained and big Pakistan Air Force may be a tougher competitor for the Indian Rafales, like the Turkish Air Force for the Greeks. The Egyptian Rafales absolutely cannot act like the French ones on the Israeli airspace. So, the omni-role capability of Rafale may lose its effect in such scenarios. But today, no one is expecting a full-scale war between these countries. Limited clashes may occur. In that case, the omni-role capability of Rafale would be decisive. Also, the Rafale has similar swing role and multi-role capabilities to the other modern aircraft. So, in a full-scale war, the aircraft would still be superbly effective. The Rafale is less stealthy than the F-35. Yet, due to its highly advantageous electronic warfare capability, It would be a mistake to underestimate this French beauty. It is more versatile than the Lightning II and Eurofighter Typhoon. The aircraft is more budget-friendly to operate than its American rival. It is more advantageous than the Gripen. This situation makes the aircraft more and more attractive in the international market day by day. No doubt, it is one of the most capable combat aircraft currently available, and the Omnirol concept has proved itself in relatively low-intensity conflicts. So, it would not be surprising to see the Rafale with its new commercial success in the future. Thanks for watching our video, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you liked our video. To be notified of our new videos, please click the bell button. Also, you can now click the join button to support our channel.